Imagine a land as old as time itself, a place where the very stones seem to whisper stories of ages long past, and every sunrise casts its light on the remnants of forgotten empires. Here, history is not just written in books, but carved into the mountains and deserts, etched into the very landscape by the hands of countless generations. This is Iran, once known as ancient Persia, a civilization that has stood resilient for thousands of years, its legacy echoing through time. Empires have risen and fallen all around it, but Iran endures, standing as a silent witness to the tides of history. Alexander the Great, the mighty Romans, the relentless Mongols, all tried to conquer this land, drawn by its riches and strategic power. The Romans clashed with the Parthians and Sasanians for centuries, fighting epic battles, but Persia's heart remained unconquered, its spirit unbroken. The Mongols swept in with unmatched ferocity, leaving devastation in their wake, yet even they could not erase the Iranian identity or extinguish its culture. Over time, conquerors were absorbed by Persian culture, adopting its language, customs, and traditions, becoming part of the very fabric they once sought to dominate. In the modern era, the British and Russian empires vied for influence, playing their great games of power, but neither dared a full-scale invasion, wary of the cost. Iran's geography, its towering mountains, vast deserts, and rugged terrain, combined with the fierce spirit of its people, made occupation too costly for any would-be invader. The land itself wears down invaders, testing their limits, grinding down armies, and ultimately outlasting them, as if the earth itself resists foreign rule. The ghosts of failed conquests linger in the ruins and on the battlefields, silent warnings to all who dream of domination. Iran's reputation as the graveyard of empires is no accident. It is a title earned through centuries of resistance and survival. Its mountains, deserts, and people form a formidable defense, a living barrier that has turned back the mightiest armies in history. Conquering Iran is not just a military challenge, it's a test of endurance, of willpower, and of the ability to adapt to a land that refuses to be tamed. Every would-be conqueror has learned, often too late, that Iran is not easily subdued. Iran does not yield easily. Its culture absorbs, its land resists, and its people endure. The lesson is clear: those who come with force leave with nothing but memories of defeat. Iran is a prize that cannot be taken by force alone. Its true strength lies in its unity, its heritage, and the unbreakable will of its people. It remains, as always, unconquered, a living testament to the resilience of a nation that has outlasted empires. To truly grasp the enduring strength of Iran, one must first look at its geography, a land shaped by both fire and time, where nature itself has carved out a formidable stronghold. Iran sits at a vital crossroads, linking the Middle East, Central Asia, and the Indian subcontinent. This unique position has made it a bridge between civilizations, cultures, and empires for thousands of years. Surrounded by 7 countries and 3 major bodies of water, Iran is a fortress nation by design. Any invader faces the daunting challenge of multiple fronts and ever-changing terrain. To the west, it shares borders with Iraq and Turkey, both regions of historical conflict and cooperation. To the north, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Turkmenistan form a tapestry of ethnicities and alliances, each with its own history. Afghanistan and Pakistan lie to the east, bringing both opportunities and challenges from the Asian heartland. The Caspian Sea, Persian Gulf, and Gulf of Oman not only provide natural barriers, but also grant Iran strategic depth and access to vital maritime routes. Control of these waters means influence over global energy flows, as much of the world's oil passes through these narrow straits. Iran's extensive coastline gives it dominance over vital sea lanes, allowing it to project power far beyond its shores. Its geography, marked by rugged mountains and harsh deserts, makes invasion a logistical nightmare. Land and sea must both be conquered, and every step forward is hard-won. The Iranian people have adapted to this challenging environment, becoming resilient, resourceful, and fiercely protective of their homeland. Their identity has been shaped by centuries of interaction with neighbors and invaders, forging a culture that is both proud and adaptable. For Iranians, the land is not just a home, it is a fortress, a sanctuary, and a symbol of survival. Towering mountains and vast deserts shield the heartland, making every advance by outsiders costly and uncertain. Iran's strategic position has made it a center of trade, culture, and conflict for millennia, where ideas and goods have flowed as freely as armies. Any conflict here risks drawing in regional powers and destabilizing the world, a testament to Iran's enduring significance. Geography is Iran's first and most enduring line of defense, shaping its destiny and the fate of those who seek to challenge it. This is a landscape that forges strength, resilience, and a spirit that endures through the ages. There's one narrow waterway that gives Iran outsized influence on the global stage, the Strait of Hormuz. This strategic passage is often called the world's most important oil transit chokepoint, and for good reason. At just 21 miles wide at its narrowest point, the Strait of Hormuz is the only sea route connecting the oil-rich Persian Gulf to the vast open ocean beyond. Every ship carrying oil from this region must pass through these waters. Every day, about a fifth of the world's oil supply, roughly 20 million barrels, flows through this narrow corridor, making it a lifeline for global energy markets. Major economies from Asia to Europe and beyond rely on this route. Any disruption here would send shockwaves through financial markets, spike energy prices, and threaten economic stability worldwide. Iran controls the entire northern coastline of the strait, constantly patrolling with its navy and the powerful Revolutionary Guard, maintaining a visible and persistent presence. The strait is heavily fortified, bristling with anti-ship missiles, swarms of fast attack boats, and hidden naval mines, all ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. In times of conflict, Iran could quickly shut down the strait, or make passage so dangerous that global shipping grinds to a halt, threatening the world's energy supply. This is more than just a military threat. It's a powerful economic deterrent that keeps the world on edge. The ever-present risk of a global energy crisis forces major powers to tread carefully, always considering the consequences of any action in this region. Any attack on Iran or escalation in the strait could trigger a conflict that would ripple through the world economy, affecting billions of people. The Strait of Hormuz is Iran's ultimate trump card, a strategic asset that gives it leverage far beyond its borders. Here, geography is power. The unique position of the strait forces adversaries to think twice before taking any action, making this narrow waterway one of the most consequential places on Earth. Iran's landscape is dominated by the Zagros and Alborz mountain ranges. These are not mere hills, they are natural fortresses slicing across the country. The Zagros in the west and the Alborz in the north have shielded Iran for centuries. Invading armies are funneled into narrow passes, easy targets for defenders. Harsh weather and rugged terrain sap the strength of any attacker. The mountains protect the capital and the heartland, turning the land itself into a weapon. Throughout history, resistance fighters have used these ranges as sanctuaries. Guerrilla warfare thrives here, making occupation nearly impossible. To conquer Iran, one must first conquer its mountains, a feat few have achieved. The mountains remain Iran's silent guardians. Beyond the mountains lie Iran's deserts, the Dasht-e-Kavir and Dasht-e-Lut. These are not picturesque sands but vast, deadly wastelands of salt, rock, and searing heat. The Lut is one of the hottest places on Earth. The Kavir is a treacherous salt marsh. Crossing these deserts is nearly impossible. No water, no shelter, and equipment fails in the heat. Logistics become a nightmare. Supply lines wither under the sun. The deserts act as a giant moat, forcing invaders into predictable, narrow corridors. Populated centers are shielded on the plateau, protected by these natural barriers. Any advance must fight through mountains, then face the deadly desert. Iran's geography allows it to trade space for time, wearing down any attacker. The deserts are silent, but they are among Iran's most powerful defenders. Iran's defense extends into the Persian Gulf with an unconventional naval force. Instead of large warships, Iran relies on swarms of fast, heavily armed speedboats. These boats can overwhelm larger navies with hit-and-run tactics, exploiting the Gulf's confined waters. Iran controls key islands near the Strait of Hormuz, turning them into fortified outposts. Missile batteries, radar stations, and naval bases project power across the Gulf. Naval mines and coastal missiles create a layered defense, making entry costly for any adversary. The goal isn't to defeat a superpower head-on, but to deter and inflict heavy losses. Any conflict here would threaten global shipping and energy supplies. Iran's naval posture makes a direct assault in the Gulf a daunting prospect. Geography builds the fortress, but the people are its soul. Iran's population, diverse yet united by history, culture, and faith, forms a powerful defense. Invading is one thing, controlling a resistant population is another. Iranians have a long tradition of resisting foreign domination, celebrated in their history and culture. The Iran-Iraq War showed their unity and willingness to endure hardship for independence. Invasion would spark widespread resistance, turning every city and village into a battlefield. Veterans and a deep suspicion of foreign powers make occupation a nightmare for any planner. An occupier would face not just an army, but a mobilized nation. The cost in lives and resources would be immense. Iran's greatest defense is the unbreakable spirit of its people. They have proven time and again, they will not be conquered. Conquering Iran is a challenge that has defeated the world's greatest powers. Its mountains, deserts, and strategic waterways form a natural fortress. The Strait of Hormuz gives Iran global leverage, making war too costly to contemplate. Its people are united, resilient, and fiercely protective of their land. Any occupation would face endless resistance and insurgency. Iran's asymmetric strategies and regional influence add layers to its defense. Geography, military capability, and national will combine to deter any invader. For centuries, powers have looked at Iran and backed away. The price in blood and stability is simply too high. Iran remains, as always, the unconquerable land.